What's up, Wolverines, and welcome to this special edition of WBLN. I'm Miles Edison Traub.
And I'm Gianfranco Ciura. For centuries, people of faith have turned to prayer in times of need and gratitude. A tradition like the novena holds deep spiritual importance for many. Today, we take you into this 9-day ritual that brings communities together in reflection and hope. Johnny Bartuan met with Father Willie, who explained a bit more on its purpose and significance.
In preparation for the feast day of a saint, Belen, as well as the rest of the Jesuit community, celebrates what is known as the novena, in which flowers are placed in front of the painting of the saint to remind us that their feast day is coming.
So novenas are a very old tradition in the Catholic Church. Novena comes from the word for 9. So it's 9 days before the celebration of a particular feast day. They begin the celebration as way of preparation, right? It's to build up to the celebration of, for example, the feast day of a saint. So if St. Ignatius' feast day is July 31st, 9 days before that, they begin the celebrations by doing a prayer on a daily basis. And it's all in preparation for the celebration of the feast day. Now, because our chapel has these beautiful paintings of 11 Jesuit saints or blesseds, we came up with this idea of celebrating their novenas. So 9 days before the feast day of each one of these saints, the volunteer group of mothers will place flowers in front of every painting along with a candle to remind us every time we walk into the chapel that the feast day of that saint is approaching. And we send out to the community via social media or emails the prayers, very particular to that particular saint, to be prayed every single day until the day of the feast day. We have to remember that while the Belen community is 170 years old, the Belen community belongs to a much greater community, which is the Jesuit community that's 500 years old. And then that community belongs to an even larger community, which is 2,000 years old, which is the Catholic Church. And so whenever we celebrate the feast day, especially of a Jesuit saint, we're celebrating the feast day of somebody who belongs to our family and to our community. And so it's the impact. Just like when somebody celebrates their birthday in our family, everybody gets involved by going to the party or going to dinner or being around them when they sing happy birthday. The same thing happens with the Jesuits. Whenever a Jesuit saint's day is celebrated, well, this impacts everybody in the Belen Jesuit community.
For WBLN, I'm Jonathan Bartuan.
Thanksgiving is just around the corner, and for many, the heart of the holiday is the kitchen. From classic family recipes to new twists on old favorites, we're diving into the dishes that make this holiday so special. Andres Pinto had the chance to cook a meal and teach us new recipes as we prepare for the upcoming holiday.
What's up, Wolverines? So today, we're going to be heading over to go interview Chef Patty to learn what it's like to be a cook, and at the same time, we're running a website called The Mad Table.
Hi, I'm Chef Patty, and I am making a brie cheese that's perfect for the holidays. We're going to start by making the sauce that has brown sugar, honey, maple syrup, butter, a little cinnamon, nutmeg, orange zest. And I am a culinary instructor, content creator, private chef, you name it. Anything that has to do with food, I do. The name of my company is The Mad Table. And did I say that I teach at Miami Culinary Institute? I don't know if I said that or not.
How do you kind of just put different dishes together? It's like, what does everything inspire you to try and come up with a dish?
Yeah, I mean, I get inspired by everything. I mean, movies, social media, other like restaurants when I travel, other chefs, everything inspires me. My hamster wheel is always spinning.
Yeah, so you're always just out there trying to think of something else.
Always. I don't sleep.
Super cool. Oh, all right. So the next question is just like, from all the dishes you've made, like, what do you think's been the longest to make, and which one was the shortest?
Oh gosh, think of anything right now. French dishes usually take a little longer, they're a little more precise. I gravitate towards very rustic dishes that I don't have to, like not everything has to be chopped.
Okay.
Exact. So that's like my preference is something that's rustic, right? And you're gonna have things all those ingredients, and not everything has to be perfect. But something specific that has taken the longest, I can't think of anything. Birria tacos, I don't know, they take a while.
But in general, it's just all the fast.
French foods usually, yes, they usually take a little longer.
All right, and then if you can, just kind of like walk us through what it is like you're doing so far.
So now I'm making the sauce for the brie. So I've got the glaze, which is the mixture of the honey and the butter and the maple syrup. I added a little cinnamon, a little nutmeg, and I'm letting it come to a boil. Now, and you want to stir until all of the brown sugar starts to melt. I'm going to turn it off. I'm going to add the orange zest. So whenever you're zesting, do you know what zesting means?
No.
Okay, so zesting is when you take the outer layer of the citrus and you're using it for extra zing in your recipe, right? So this is going to add like a little pop of flavor in our sauce. Our sauce is really earthy, and then this is going to like make it pop.
Yeah.
But you have to be really careful because underneath that outer layer is this thing called the pith, and it's a white skin and it's really bitter. So whenever you are zesting any kind of citrus, you only want to do the outside. The minute you see white, you want to stop.
Got it.
Okay? So I'm zesting an orange.
So it's not supposed to like give it that orange flavor. Just kind of like a little bit of like a small hint of it.
It'll give it a little bit of orange flavor, but you don't want it bitter. It's very soft on the inside. This is what I like to do. Okay. With a serrated knife, which is a bread knife, and kind of.
What's the difference between that and a normal knife toast?
Oh, this has the jagged edges, so it cuts a lot sharper. It cuts certain things, like if you wanted to cut a tomato, it kind of breaks through the skin.
Okay.
So with a serrated knife, so I took it out of the freezer. I froze it for about 15 minutes because when it's frozen, it's easier to cut. Now I'm going to take some kitchen salt. And this will separate the cheese. So if I try to do it with the knife, it sticks together. And the twine helps it break it apart.
Well, maybe so I'll just try to cut.
Yeah. Okay. Now. What about? You get a brush? No, it's okay. I have a brush somewhere. Maybe not. Not food. Now I've got some butter. It's room temperature. I'm just brushing it in the bottom of my pan. The bottom part of the cheese goes in here. And all this goodness, not all of it, but most of this goodness is going in the middle. Doesn't that look good?
This looks amazing.
And this, like Heinz, is the perfect Thanksgiving appetizer. Okay, so now I'm putting the top back on. So I'm going to put this in the oven for 15 minutes. The last 5 minutes, I'm going to add the remaining topping, and then that's it. Let's say it.
So you put like that sauce that you made underneath it and on top, right?
In the middle.
Okay.
In the middle, and remember, I cut open the cheese.
Yeah, so there's a layer on cheese at the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
And then on top of the first layer of sauce.
And be careful, dude.
I'd like to say a special thanks to Chef Patty for allowing us to interview her. And make sure you go visit her website, themadtable.com. That's all for today. Thanks, Wolverines.
Hey G, it's pretty great weather we're having right now. I wonder how it's going to be over the weekend.
This weekend's going to continue with great chilly weather, but next week it's going to heat up a little more.
What's up, Wolverines? I'm Julian Albert, and this is This Weekend Sports. Last night, the Belen basketball team defeated Hialeah Gardens 71-38 in a blowout lead. Alec Arnholt led the team with 23 points, and they have now started off their season 2-0. Tonight, the soccer team plays here at De La Cruz Stadium at 7 p.m. Be there and support your Wolverines. Tomorrow morning, the UM football team plays against the unranked Wake Forest at 12 p.m. Go support your Canes. That's all the sports for this weekend. Back to you guys.
That's it for your news today. We want to give thanks to all the amazing teachers and staff here at Belen.
We hope you have a safe, amazing Thanksgiving break and enjoy the time with your friends and family. I'm Miles Edison Trapp.
And I'm Gianfranco Ciura.
Stay golden, Wolverines.